You're doing the right things. You eat lighter at night. You avoid junk. You even try to sleep earlier. And yet, you wake up feeling flat, like your body didn't recharge, like blood flow is slower, like confidence is less steady than it should be. That's the frustrating part. When you're trying to be healthy, but the results don't match the effort. Here's what most men never hear. Some healthy evenings still sabotage blood flow, not because of age and not because you're failing, but because of one hidden nighttime trigger that keeps your system in the wrong mode. And once you see it, you'll realize the fix isn't harder discipline. It's a smarter rhythm. Let's talk calmly, like adults, with dignity. When a man notices that his energy and intimate confidence feel less predictable, the mind immediately searches for one simple explanation. It's age. It's stress. It's just how life is now. But the body rarely works in single causes. The body works in patterns. And one of the most misunderstood patterns, especially after 50 and 60, is what really happens in the last 3 hours of your day. Here's a truth that can be uncomfortable at first, but relieving once it clicks. You can eat clean, you can skip sugar, you can avoid heavy meals, and still create a nighttime environment that tightens blood vessels, fragments deep sleep, and trains your system to deliver blood flow at the worst time. Not because your evening is unhealthy on paper, but because your physiology doesn't read nutrition labels. It reads signals. And the signal I want to expose today, this is the hidden trigger, is late-day stimulation disguised as relaxation. Most men hear stimulation and think it means something obvious, like partying or chaos. But the version that ruins blood flow is quieter. It's the harmless stuff you do because it feels earned. A long scroll on the phone, bright screens until late, intense news, a loud TV show, a healthy snack that still spikes blood sugar, a late workout that feels productive, even that one wind-down drink that seems to take the edge off. You might not feel stressed, but your nervous system does. And here's where it gets interesting. Blood flow, especially the kind of responsive blood flow tied to vitality, depends on two things working together. 1, flexible blood vessels that can relax on demand. 2, a nervous system that can switch from alert mode to repair mode. If your evening keeps you in alert mode, your vessels don't relax the way they should. And if your vessels don't relax, the system becomes less responsive. That's when confidence starts to feel unpredictable, because the body is no longer shifting gears smoothly. It's either sluggish or it's rushing. Let me ask you something that often hits home. Have you ever had a day where everything was fine, no drama, no major stress, and still, later, your body just didn't feel available? Almost like you were there mentally, but your system felt disconnected. That's not weakness. That's a system stuck in the wrong setting. Now I'm going to open a loop, and I'll close it later with the twist. Most men never connect. Many men blame the bedroom, but the real sabotage often happens earlier, when you're tired and you're trying to feel normal again. First, you need to understand what the body is trying to do at night. At night, your body is supposed to enter repair mode. That's when blood vessels recover. That's when inflammation settles. That's when the nervous system resets. That's when hormone signaling stabilizes. Deep sleep is not just rest, it's maintenance. So if you go through the day with normal stress, work stress, responsibility stress, life stress, and then your evening continues to push stimulation, your system never fully downshifts. It doesn't land. It hovers. And a hovering nervous system creates two problems that look like aging. Problem 1, cortisol stays higher than it should. Cortisol is not evil. It's useful. It helps you function. But at night, it should drop. When it stays elevated, blood vessels remain tighter. Tight vessels are not responsive vessels. Problem 2, deep sleep gets fragmented. You might sleep for 7 hours, but if it's light sleep with micro-awakenings, your repair is incomplete. Your body wakes up with recovery debt. And recovery debt doesn't just feel like fatigue. It shows up as slower circulation, lower desire, less steady confidence. Here's a quick pattern break. You don't lose vitality in one night. You lose it by repeating the same, almost resting night for months. Now, let's name the most common, healthy evening traps, because this is where men get confused. Trap 1. I eat healthy, so my evening is fine. But healthy doesn't always mean calm for the body. A late meal, even a clean one, still forces digestion at the time your body wants to repair. Digestion pulls blood toward the gut. It raises body temperature. It keeps the system active. Some men think, but it's chicken and salad. Yes, and it can still disrupt sleep if it's late enough. Have you ever noticed that when you eat late, you wake up feeling like your body didn't fully reset, even if you ate something good? That's timing. Trap 2. I'm only watching videos to relax. But if the videos are bright, fast, intense, or emotionally stimulating, your nervous system is still on. Your eyes are receiving daylight signals. Your brain is receiving novelty signals. Your heart rate may not spike, but your system stays engaged. Trap 3. I'm working out at night to be healthy. Exercise is powerful, but late intense exercise can keep adrenaline and cortisol elevated. Your body temperature stays higher. Your nervous system stays ready. You fall asleep, but you don't always enter deep sleep easily. On Trap 4, one drink helps me sleep. Alcohol can make you sleepy, yes, but it often fragments deep sleep later in the night. Men think they slept because they were unconscious, but repair quality can be poorer. That shows up the next morning as low energy, flatter mood, and less responsiveness. Now, before we go further, one brief safety line that matters. If you have chest pain, severe shortness of breath, or sudden alarming symptoms, get urgent care. And another, because it's important and responsible. If you take heart or blood pressure meds, or you have diabetes, talk to your clinician before making major changes to diet, exercise, or supplements. Back to the system. Most men are told, just sleep more. But that advice is incomplete. The question isn't only how long you sleep, it's whether your body reaches deep repair. Because here's the hidden connection most men miss. When deep sleep is reduced, the body's ability to regulate blood flow and sensitivity becomes less stable. The next day, your vessels are more reactive. Your nervous system is more jumpy. Your energy is lower. And when energy is lower, confidence often drops. Then the mind starts monitoring. Monitoring adds pressure. Pressure triggers stress hormones. Stress hormones tighten vessels. Tight vessels reduce responsiveness. That loop is brutal, and it has nothing to do with masculinity. It's biology interacting with modern life. Now here's where I slow down and make it practical. If your healthy evening still ends with you waking up tired, flat, or less steady, you don't need a dramatic overhaul. Then you need a downshift protocol, a simple way to tell your nervous system and blood vessels, we're safe, we're repairing now. I'm going to give you a routine you can actually do, not perfect, not complicated, just consistent signals. First, protect the last 90 minutes, not the last 5 minutes, not right before sleep. The last 90 minutes is your runway into deep sleep. If you fill that runway with stimulation, the body can't land into repair. So choose one. Do you want entertainment that keeps your nervous system alert, or do you want a body that repairs? This is not about being boring. This is about being strategic. Second, light discipline. Lower the brightness. Dim the room. Reduce overhead lights. If you use screens, warm the display and lower intensity. Your brain reads bright light as daytime. Daytime brains don't repair fully. Third, a 5-minute breathing shift. This sounds almost too simple, and that's why men dismiss it. But it works because it changes the signal. Do this. Inhale through the nose for about 4 seconds and exhale through the nose for 6 to 8 seconds. Smooth, relaxed, no forcing. Longer exhale tells your nervous system, we can downshift. Downshifted nervous systems relax blood vessels. Relaxed vessels repair better. Repaired vessels respond better. Let me ask you a real question. When was the last time your body felt genuinely safe at night? Fourth, move dinner earlier or lighter. If you can, finish your main meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. If life makes that hard, then keep the late meal lighter. Protein, vegetables, healthy fats, less sugar, less refined carbs. This isn't about dieting. It's about giving your body a clear repair window. Fifth, the calm walk. A 10 to 15-minute easy walk after dinner is one of the best blood flow habits that doesn't feel like exercise. It improves glucose handling, supports circulation, and helps your system settle. Not intense. Calm. It's like telling your body, flow smoothly, don't spike. Now I promised a twist. Here it is. The hidden nighttime trigger isn't just screens or food or alcohol. The deeper trigger is how you treat fatigue. When you feel tired in the evening, most men respond in one of two ways. They either stimulate themselves to keep going, or they collapse into distraction until sleep. Both are understandable, but both keep the nervous system from truly repairing. The men who keep vitality longer do something different. They transition. They don't sprint into the night and they don't crash into it. They downshift intentionally. That transition is what protects blood vessels and keeps the system responsive. Because here's the truth most men never hear. Vitality after 60 is less about pushing harder and more about recovering smarter. And once you start recovering smarter, something surprising happens. Energy stabilizes, morning fatigue reduces, mood becomes calmer, and intimate confidence becomes less unpredictable. Not because you forced anything, but because your baseline system is steadier. Now, let's add one more layer that matters: hydration and nighttime bathroom trips. Many men reduce fluids too much in the afternoon and evening because they don't want to wake up at night. But over-restricting fluids can thicken blood and reduce circulation efficiency. The smarter move is to hydrate earlier in the day, then taper gently late. Strategy, not deprivation. And if you're waking frequently at night, don't only blame the bladder. Ask, is my sleep fragmented? Am I eating late? Is my stress high? Is my room too warm? Is my evening too stimulating? Often, reducing stimulation and improving sleep depth reduces those awakenings too. Now, a pattern break that might surprise you. You can do everything healthy and still sabotage blood flow if your evenings are mentally loud. Because the nervous system doesn't repair in noise, it repairs in safety. So here's a simple way to measure whether your evening is actually supporting you. When you lay down, does your body feel like it can soften? Or does it feel like it's still bracing? If it's bracing, blood vessels tend to stay tighter, sleep tends to stay lighter, and the next day starts with a weaker foundation. Now, I'll close this with a clear, empowering message. You don't need miracle claims. You don't need extreme routines. You need consistency in the signals that matter. Lower stimulation late, earlier, lighter dinner, long exhale breathing, calm movement, and sleep protection. Over 1 week, you'll often notice early signs: deeper sleep, steadier morning energy, less irritability, fewer crashes. Over 2 to 4 weeks, many men notice the bigger shift. Confidence returns quietly, not as a performance obsession, but as a feeling that the system is responding again. And that's the real goal. Not chasing youth. Preserving responsiveness. Keeping control. Keeping dignity. So tonight, don't try to fix everything. Just fix the runway. Give your body a clean landing into repair. Because the truth is simple. Blood flow doesn't only depend on what happens in one moment. It depends on what your body practiced all day, especially at night. Practice calm. Practice repair. Practice steadiness. That's how men protect vitality in a way that actually works.